The issue of Rigathi not attending Railas' burial has really risen a lot of questions. And I've been trying to listen from different sides, and I have a few things to share. So we have Rigathi, we have some members of ODM, and then we have Raila himself and Raila's family. Now, speculation is that Raila mobilized his members of parliament, the members of parliament for ODM, okay, that they voted for impeaching Rigathi. So Raila has over 80 MPs in parliament. And so he managed to talk to these MPs, and most of them voted to impeach Rigathi. So Rigathi has a hard time to reconcile with the truth that this man who raised people to vote me out is dead, and I need to go and mourn him. So what Rigathi did is he wrote a tweet and he said his condolences to the family, but he did not physically appear either in Kasarani, in Nyayo, or even in Bondo. And this seems to be troubling some of these politicians. So we find Gladys Wanga and team have come up to offer a press conference, and they are saying Rigathi has disrespected the late Raila Odinga by not attending his funeral. And it's like they want to dictate how Rigathi will mourn Raila. And I tend to think, why is Rigathi's absence in Raila's burial of so much concern to some members of ODM? And of course, they are linking Rigathi to Kahiga's statements, although the United Opposition has come out clear, and they are saying that Mutahi, Kahiga is not part of their team. In fact, they are asking UDA to, censor him and talk to him and offer an official apology apart from what Kahiga did. Okay, so we find Wanga and the team are telling Rigathi never ever to step his foot in Bondo. Now, let's look at Raila's family. Oburu Oginga, who is an elder brother to Raila, is saying that Rigathi is a Kenyan citizen and he must be allowed to travel to any part of this country. Okay? Raila Jr., who is the son of the late Raila Amolo Odinga, is saying we need to allow all Kenyans to mourn Baba Raila Amolo Odinga. So the family is saying we are welcoming everyone to come and mourn. Part of ODM, that is Gladys Wanga and team, are saying, Rigathi, never ever step your foot in Bondo. And Rigathi himself had issues with Raila when you talk in terms of impeachment. Although in my opinion, I would say the best time that Rigathi would have mourned and given his last respect to Raila Amolo Odinga was the time the body was taken to the parliament before it was taken to Nyayo Stadium. That is the time he could come and give his last respect to the late Raila Amolo Odinga. But he did not do that. Nevertheless, I find it so interesting how other people are trying to pop their nose into this issue when they are not Raila's family. They might have their own differences in terms of politics, but it should not go to an extent that they are now telling someone, you should not step here, we are drawing a line here, you should not pass through this line, and if you pass through this line, then you are going to face the consequences. I don't think if that is the Kenya we want. Also, I don't think if that is what the late Raila Amolo Odinga would want, They might have had their own issues, and we cannot dictate how someone will mourn another person. There are many people in this country who did not attend Raila's funeral. There are many people who even did not offer a condolence message to the family of Raila Amolo Odinga. Why is it that only one man is being profiled as so bad for not doing what other people might have done? So let's not have politics of division. I think where we are heading is a place where we need politics of sound mind, politics of respect, politics that are without tribalism, and politics that do not have to tell someone, you don't need to step here, you don't need to step here. It could be better we allow every one of these politicians to express themselves, and then Kenyans will have a chance to choose who is the right leader. What Wanga and the team are doing is not right. I don't want to believe that it is the whole team of ODM that is thinking in this manner. I want just to believe this is a section of ODM and people who have personal issues with other politicians who are trying to bring out these issues. ODM is a party that has fought for democracy, and it has fought for free speech, and it has fought for the liberty of this country for over 20 years. And so the demise of the pioneer of this team should not be the start of the division of this team. Okay? So that is what I would say. Maybe we give Gachagua his time, and we don't know what he's planning. Maybe he's planning to go and visit the family after things have cooled down. We don't know. We don't know. So let's not dictate how other people could mourn someone. And let's not also tell someone you do not need to step in this region just because you do not agree with them politically.